and welcome. You tune into Market Fatafat, a show where we take you through all the stocks that are in focus today, either on the back of news flow or on the back of technical charts. I'm Ankita Saxena and with me is Snehi Shah. But first up, let's take stock of how the markets are panning out. Snehi, a day of good recovery coming in both on the benchmarks, the broader markets and Bank Nifty. In fact, we couldn't manage to scale up past those 24,200 levels, but we have managed to kiss the 24,300 levels now.
Good day today and good afternoon to all our viewers as well. Let's quickly take stock of what the markets have been doing so far, and a 0.5% uptick coming in on Nifty above 24,300, very close to that level. Let's see in the last couple of hours of trade if this level is sustained, and Sensex also 0.5% uptick coming in on that front. 80,362 is where the Sensex is now. Nifty Bank, like Ankita mentioned, also doing pretty well. 0.3% uptick coming in on Nifty Bank today. India Wix is the one to watch out for, almost 4% low, and we've come comfortably below that 15 mark on India Wix.
All right, and of course, like Snehi mentioned, India VIX has also cooled off, so nothing to worry right now. The volatility has abated. As far as Nifty is concerned, it is powered by all the Adani stocks that are soaring away in trade. Of course, after the clarification that has come in, but let's move on to other stocks also that are buzzing away in trade. And for that, let's get Nagaraj Shetti, for technicals and derivative research analyst from HDFC Securities, and from our research team, you're joined by Janay. Hi, welcome to both of you, and thank you so much for joining us. Let's get started with all the stocks that are in focus today, and the first stock that is in focus today is Ola Electric. Now, of course, the company shares rallied as much as 9% to hit intraday high, in early trade today after the company unveiled its most affordable electric scooters yet, the S1Z and the Gig range, with the price starting at 39,000 rupees. Now, CEO Bhavish Aggarwal also announced the launch on the X, highlighting that the scooter's unique feature is a portable battery that doubles as a home inverter when paired with the Ola Power Pod. Now, that's the news coming in on Ola Electric. The cheapest Ola Electric scooter that doubles up, of course, as home inverter, the battery. And of course, on the back of that new launch, Ola Electric is trading soaring away in trade. Also, there is a brokerage note also that by Citi that is maintaining a buy on Ola Electric. On the back of that, Ola Electric is up almost 15% right now in trade.
That's the news on Ola Electric, but Nagaraj, you've picked out Bharat Electronics for us, BEL. Tell us what you are spotting on the charts. Last 6 months, the stock is up barely 4%. Year to date, the stock is up, however, 65%. So it seems to have had a good run up so far, but slowing down in recent times. So what's the outlook going ahead? What are the levels you're spotting?
Good afternoon, Snehi. BEL has been in a consolidation mode over the last few months and moved in a narrow range. Currently making an attempt to break above the range so far this week. It has witnessed a sizable upside bounce, currently placed at the resistance of around 306, 308 levels. The overall chart pattern is indicating that this resistance is going to be broken on the upper side. I'm expecting further up move for this stock. The next overhead resistance to be watched is around 325 to 330.
Yeah. All right, moving on then. Janay, coming to you, Siemens is a company that you picked out. A good set of results that have come out for Siemens. Take us through the results scorecard then.
Well, definitely a good set of numbers. If you look at Q4 FY24, then the revenue was up about 11%, coming in at 6,461 crores versus 5,800 odd crores year-on-year basis. Also, the net profit soared up about 45% year-on-year basis, coming in at 831 crores versus 571 crores. Operationally as well, and significant jump of 34% on EBITDA, and the margins also expanded by about 2.5%, coming in at 14.5% this quarter versus 12.1% year-on-year basis. Apart from this, we also had a note by UBS, who have maintained the neutral rating and have hiked the target price to rupees 8,000. Now, what they believe is that Q4 FY24, the PNL did improve. Also, the electrification is what is leading the growth in industrials. Apart from this, there was a positive commentary from the management side as well for the future growth and demand for Siemens India. And if you look at stock price, currently it's trading at gains of over 2.5%.
All right, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we're getting you all the other stocks that are in focus today. Stay tuned.
Hi there, welcome back to Market Fatafat. You're watching ET now, and let's keep it going with all the stocks that are in focus today. Nagaraj, coming to you for a technical check. You've picked out Hudco on the charts. Now, if I see the stock in just the last 1 year, it's gone up by 1.5 times. So big rally coming in on this stock. However, last 6 months, this stock has given a negative return of roughly 17-18%. So tell us, what's the outlook going ahead? Do you believe that this big rally that the stock has seen is now simmering down a little bit, or do you expect some more positive moves going ahead?
Hudco was in a downward correction and a gradual decline range bound action over the last 5-6 months. I think the decent downward correction seems to be ending right now. This stock is on the verge of forming an important bottom reversal around 195-200 levels, and currently placed at the hurdle around 218-220. I think the overall chart positive chart pattern is placed that we are likely to see the decisive upside breakout of 220 odd levels very soon in the stock price. And on the upside breakout, I'm expecting 250 is going to be the next hurdle to be watched on the upper side in the near term.
Okay, so that's Nagaraj's view coming in on Hudco. Let's talk about another stock that's in focus today, and positive news flow coming in for GHCL. That's the company in spotlight today on the back of a recently concluded meeting. Now, this meeting has just concluded an hour or so ago, and the board of directors in this meeting that was held has inter alia approved the additional capex, capital expenditure of 350 crore rupees. This capex will be used for the development of the Zara Zomara salt field work in Kutch, Gujarat. So more development can be expected to see in this big salt field that the company owns. It's a very important and a key salt field for the company, and on the back of this approval of the expansion of their capex, additional 350 crores coming in, you have GHCL in focus. The stock is up 5.6% as we speak.
All right, Nagaraj, coming to you then. Pyramid Enterprises is what you've picked out for us. It has done pretty well in the last 1 month. Last few weeks have been very good. In fact, they've given gains of almost 11%. Do you see the up move continuing, the positive momentum to continue here on?
Yes, of course, I'm expecting further upside momentum in this Pyramid Enterprises. On the weekly chart, it has witnessed a decisive upside breakout of the bullish flag pattern around 1100 odd levels, and this week showed around 10% upside rally from the upside breakout point. The chart pattern is looking positive. RSI has moved up above 60, and volume has broken out during the upside breakout in the stock price. I'm expecting this stock to reach towards the next hurdle of around 1250, 1260 levels in the next couple of weeks.
All right, that's Pyramid Enterprises on the charts, but NTPC, the new kid on the block, listed today on the bourses. In fact, it saw a rather muted debut. It's a subsidiary of NTPC, and the stock, after a very muted debut, it actually soared as much as almost 14%, and it hit the upper circuit. It was locked in upper circuit. Now, of course, earlier today, the shares had posted a muted start with the listing of 111.6 rupees a piece on the BSE and 111.5 rupees a piece on NSE, reflecting a premium of just rupees 3.3 and 3.2% respectively. So a rather muted start to the counter. But NTPC Green, the additional news that's coming in is that the NTPC Green Energy and Chhattisgarh State Power Generation Company has also signed an MOU to develop up to 2,000 megawatts of renewable energy projects, including floating solar. And on the back of that news flow, NTPC Green is in focus today, of course, soaring away in trade.
Okay, so that's the update on what NTPC Green is doing, but we also caught up with the management earlier in the day, and Director of Finance Jayakumar Srinivasan plans to commission 19,000 megawatt by 2027 and plans to add capacity going ahead as well. Let's go across and listen into what he had to say.
See, presently our operating capacity is 3.3 gigawatt. This year we will be commissioning 3 gigawatt, adding 3 gigawatt, and the year next it would be 5 gigawatt, and the year next that would be 8 gigawatt. So that is the plan, and accordingly we have mobilized all our inputs, and we will be reaching 19 gigawatt by the financial year 2017. 26 gigawatt right now, but going ahead we will be identifying more. As CMD was saying, we are tying up with the various states on a joint venture basis for development of renewable capacities. So eventually it will go up to 60 gigawatt by financial year 32.
All right, moving on to Bharat Dynamics. That's the name that you have picked out for us, Nagaraj. Bharat Dynamics has just started the up move in the last 1 month. Up until then, it was in its corrective phase. So now on, where do you see the counter headed? What are the levels?
Yeah, the corrective phase of the last few months for this Bharat Dynamics seems to be over. I think worst is over for this stock, and I'm expecting sharp upside momentum from here onwards. Currently, the stock price is placed at the edge of moving above the overall key overhead resistance of downsloping trend line on the weekly chart. Somewhere around 1080, 1090 levels, and I'm expecting this upside breakout could boost the stock for the upside. So the next overhead resistance to be watched for the stock price is around 1200 over the period of time.
Okay, so that's the outlook coming in on Bharat Dynamics. Let's talk about another stock that's in focus here on the back of a brokerage note, and it's a slightly negative negative reaction coming in on the stock on the back of this bearish brokerage note coming in. This is Prestige Estates that we're talking about, and you have a Morgan Stanley note that's come out on Prestige Estates. They've downgraded the stock to an underweight rating from an overweight rating. Also gone ahead and cut the target price from 1,770 rupees earlier to just 1,510. So that's a significant cut coming in from their target price as well. They believe that slower pre-sales and the growth is also lower. So this is what they're not liking. They're also saying that they've reduced their FY25 pre-sales growth estimate to just 9% compared to 28% earlier, and this is because the company has achieved only 29% of its FY25 target in the first half of the year. So they still have a long way to go to achieve their FY25 target just in the remaining 6 months. Now, their relative underweight rating is a function of a high capex on the IP business and weaker pre-sales momentum compared to peers. If you take a look at the Q2 numbers also of Prestige Estates, the pre-sales were not all that promising, although the financials, the revenue, the top line, net profit and all of them look good, but on the other side, the operational part of it, the pre-sales, bookings, all of that was not looking very healthy for the company. So that stock is lower 4.5% as we speak.
All right, moving on, coming to you, Jinay, LTIMindtree is the name that you have picked out for us. It had its analyst meet. Take us through the key takeaways from the meet, and what did the management say?
Well, yes, LTIMindtree is in focus on the back of analyst meet. If you look at some key takeaways, then the company said that the strong pipeline with its largest share of cost optimization. Also, the discretionary spends are yet to pick up, and their clients are finalizing on the budgets in the coming months as well. The company is now investing into generative AI capabilities, which shall be a key differentiator for the company, and they are aiming for a 17 to 18% margin in the immediate future is what they said. Also, they reported that the potential for further expansion will be driven by growth, and they're targeting about $10 billion US dollars revenue by FY31 to 32. Apart from this, we also had a note by Motilal Oswal, who have given a buy rating with a target price of 7,400. What they believe is that company is now shifting to AI capabilities, and that is what will lead the growth for LTIMindtree. And if you look at stock price, currently it's trading with the gains of about 1%.
Okay, so those are the takeaways from the LTIMindtree analyst meet. Looking good so far, and the stock also reflecting that 1% higher. And Nagaraj, coming back to you, you picked out Quest Corp on the charts for us. Year to date, the stock is up slightly more than 30%. So, it's been looking steady so far. What's the outlook going ahead, and what are the levels that you are spotting on the charts?
Outlook is positive for the Quest Corp, and if you look at the chart over the last 1 year, a few occasions this stock price has taken a support of significant important 200-day EMA and witnessed a significant upside bounces from the supports. Recently, we have seen some volatility below the support 200-day EMA. Even though it slipped below the support, there was a lack of a sharp selling interest below this important moving average. Eventually, this moving average is taken away, and the stock price has moved up. This is positive indication, along with the volume breakout with the upside momentum in the stock price is indicating the more upside is likely for the stock price in the near term. The 750 is going to be the next hurdle to be watched in the next 1 month.
Okay, 750 on the upside is what Nagaraj is spotting out for Quest. Let's talk about another stock in focus, and that's doing pretty well for itself, is RailTel. Now, this stock is in focus on the back of two triggers today. First up, on the back of an order win, RailTel has received a work order from the Kakinada Smart City Corporation for SITC and operations and maintenance of the existing communications center of KSCCL Kakinada, located in Andhra Pradesh, and this work order is worth 15.2 crores rupees. It needs to be executed before 25th May 2028. Now, the other big trigger is that Zee Entertainment has yesterday said that its subsidiary Margo Networks Private Limited has faced a setback as the arbitral tribunal has rejected their claims against RailTel Corporation. The claims pertain to the alleged wrongful termination of a content-on-demand agreement and the forfeiture of funds by RailTel. The tribunal also dismissed the counter-claims filed by RailTel in the same arbitration process, and Zee has stated that it is reviewing this arbitral award and considering filing another application or an appeal before the appropriate court to challenge this decision. The arbitration was initiated following disputes over the agreement which Zee Entertainment and Margo argued had been wrongfully terminated. So this is in the favor of RailTel, this arbitration award, and on the back of that and the order win, the stock is up 3.5% as we speak.
All right, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. But you don't go anywhere after break. There are lots of stocks coming up, so stay tuned.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.